Back to the mathematics class. This is a continuation of what we did the last time we had class. And looking at the board, I want to do corrections on the assignments I gave you in our last class. Sorry for the delay. It was because of certain circumstances beyond my control. We would have had this class before now, but you have to accept our human weaknesses. Now, looking at the board, see the corrections on the previous assignment. Find the sizes of the letters of angles below. Look at this figure here. We have 120 here, we have 140 and 140, and we have x. So we are going to find x. Just as we already know, in one of our rule, precisely, you say the rule that connects to this is the rule of angle at a point. The sum of the angles at a point is 360 degrees. That is the rule we are going to apply here in order to find x. So, how do we do it? Say 140 degree plus 120 degree plus x is equal to 360 degree. That's angles at a point. Angles at a point. So this is the rule. And then we add up this up. 140 plus 120, we have 260 degree plus x equals to 360 degree. Our x now will be 360 minus 260 degree, and then it will give us 100 degree. 100 degrees. So this 100, that's the value of x. So the answer is this is the answer. The answer is 100. That's the value of x. So come over to this place, number 2, the second assignment I gave you. So looking at the angles, the figure here, we find M, N, L, P, J, Q, K. So we are given only 57. So from this, the first angle we are going to find here, we can comfortably find, N. Remember the rule 2. N is equal to 57 degrees. Why? Vertically opposite angles. Rule 2 says vertically opposite angles are equal. So vertically opposite angles, when an angle is here, is equal to the angle here. The angle here is equal to the angle here. So that is vertically opposite angles. And that's why N will be equal to 57. That is rule 2. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Now, L should be equal to M with the same rule. M is equal to, so M equals to the same thing, rule 2. Vertically opposite. If 57 is equal to N, it means that L will be equal to M. But we have to find M. Then how do we find? But we know that L is equal to M. That's what it is. So wherever you see M, you can call it M. And wherever you see M, you can call it M. But we have to find the figure now. No, we know that this is 57. This is 57 already. But then there is a rule that connects this. And that rule that connects the letter M, 57, L, and N is rule 3. Angles at a point. Just as we have here, angles at a point. So the whole of these 4 angles is equal to 360 angles at a point. So we can say that M plus N plus 57 plus L is equal to 360 degrees. Rule 3. Rule 3 says angles at a point. Angles at a point is equal to angles at a point is equal to 3. The sum of angles at a point is equal to 360 degrees. So we know that M is equal to L. So we have 57 N is equal to 57 vertically opposite angles. So we can say 57 plus 57, then plus M, plus we can call L, M, because they are equal, vertically opposite. M equals to 360 degrees. So we have 57, which is M, then 57 we have here, then we have M, then we have L. We have changed it to M because they are equal. We can say L plus M to make it easier. Now, 57 plus 57 is equal to 57 will give you 114. And then plus M will give you 2M equals to 360 degrees. So we have 2m now will be equal to 360 degree minus 144. And then 2m equals to 360 degree minus 114. Of course, will give us 246. Will give us 246. Yeah. So will give us 246 degree. Then our m now will be equal to 246 divided by 2, and that will give you 123 degree. So if m is equal to 123 degree, it means that n will be equal to also 123 degree. They are just equal. So that's for m and n. Now we have to find for m, j, q, l. We have to find for m, j, p, j, q, l. Now we have to pin it off so as to. Now we have equals to 1, 2, 3 from what we saw so far. This one equals to 57 degrees. This one equals to 1, 2, 3 degrees. Now we are looking for P, J, K, and Q and K. How do we find them? Then looking at this now. There is a Z shape here. You see the Z shape. Remember the rule of Z shape. Say when a transversal crosses parallel lines, first of all, say corresponding angles are equal. When you talk about corresponding angles, this is a corresponding angle, just as we did. This one corresponds to this place, and this place corresponds to this place. So corresponding angles are equal. Then the other rule said when a transversal crosses parallel lines, alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are like Z shape. Corresponding angles on the same plane, on the same position. This is corresponding angles. You see, they're on the same position. But here, alternate angle, they are not just Z shape. They form a sort of Z shape, and that's why we call them alternate angle. Can we identify that Z shape here? Now, looking at this thing, you see a Z shape. J and 57 is itself. J and 57. So we can say that J is equal to 57. Reason, rule 5. Alternate angles are equal. Alternate. 57 is alternate to J. So that's the reason why J is equal to 57. Now, P is corresponding to M. So M is equals to P. Reason, corresponding angles. That is rule 4. Corresponding angles are equal. And you know that our M is 123. So therefore, our P will be equal to 123 degrees. So we have found J to be 57, P to be 123 degrees. Of course, we have this thing now. Easily, we can say, with this, we can say that J will be equal to Q. Reason. Remember, vertically opposite. Vertically opposite. Vertically opposite. And that is our rule 2. Vertically opposite. So, vertically opposite angles are equal. So, if J is equal to Q, it means that Q now will be 57 degrees because J is 57 degrees. Finally, K should be also P is equal to K. The same reason. Rule 2. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Therefore, our K will be equal to 23 degrees. See it? So we have been able to find all the answers. So that's how to solve them. Once you know the rules, you can now solve all of them. Finally, we have this one. This is 4 to 1. The third one, this is 4 to 1. We have this. So applying the rules also, remember, you see, this is also a transversal. There's one we can find with our rule. This Z shape, alternate angles. X is equal to 4 to 1 degree. Reason, alternate angles. That is the Z shape. See, Z shape is always this and this. So X is here. So X equal to 41 degree. Reason, alternate angles. And alternate angles are equal. Now, we have found that x equals to 41 degree. So we can say 63 plus this plus t is equal to 180 degree. The first rule, the sum of all angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. So we can say x plus t plus 63 equals to 180 degrees. Rule 1, the first rule. And what is our x from what we have found so far? Our x is 41 degrees. So we have t plus 41 plus 63 equals to 180 degrees. And what is our t equal to 41 plus 63? We have 41 plus 53 should give us 104. So t plus 104 equals to 180 degree. Our t now will be 180 degree minus 104. So our t now will be equal to 76 degree. So 76 degree. So we have found t x t. So remaining now u, which is also very simple. Finding u from applying the rule, you already know that u plus 41 is equal to 180 degree. Reason, angles on a straight line. So u plus 41 degree equals to 180 degree. Rule 1, angles on a straight line. So u will be equal to 180 degree minus 41 degree. And that's 180 degree minus 41 degree will give you, it will give you 139 degrees. So 139, u equals to 139 degrees. So that's the thing. So remaining now, this one, r and u. Easily you can get, since we have 63 here, you remember r could be 63 degrees. See it is in Z shape. You see 63 here, you see it, that's what. So here is supposed to be 63 degree. Reason. So our r is equal to 63 degree. Reason, alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. That's the reason why r is equal to 63. So since we've got r equals to 63, then our v should be r plus v will be 180 degree. Reason, rule 1. Angles on a straight line. So our r is 63 already. So v should be 180 minus 63, which is the r, and which will be 180 minus 63 will now give us 117 degree. So that is the answer. So we've got the value of all the letters. Okay, we are in the continuation of the angles. We started the angles. Now we are in the second category. We are through with angles with regard to angles in a plane line, a line or at a point. Now we talk about angles in a triangle. Angles in a triangle. There are 3 rules that guide angles in a triangle. This one is continuation of we stopped at rule 5. So this is rule 6. Rule 6 says that the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Or in a triangle is made up of 3 angles. That the 3 angles, the sum of the 3 angles. No, there are 4 types of triangle. As be it isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle, or scalene triangle, or even a right angle triangle. That the sum of the angle, when you sum the angles together, it will be equal to 180 degrees. So illustration, this is an angle ABC with angle X, Y, Z. So it means that X plus Y plus Z is equal to 180 degrees. That is the sum of these 3 angles. In every time, the sum of the 3 angles of any triangle whatsoever is equal to 180 degrees. The second rule, rule 7 says, in an isosceles triangle, the angles opposite the equal sides are equal. You know the definition of triangles and the types of triangle. We have an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle is the triangle in which two sides are equal. The two opposite sides are equal. Two opposite sides and also angles are equal. So the rule is now authenticating that the angles opposite the two sides, the equal sides, are equal. So that this is an illustration of an isosceles triangle. This line, this side, and this side are equal. That's the indication. The indication of this stroke means that this line and this line, they are equal. Therefore, the angles opposite the equal sides are equal, x and y. So x is what we want, not z and x, but x and y. Z is not included because z is not opposite the equal side. See the equal side, see the angles opposite to them, only x and y. So x and y are equal in an isosceles triangle. So rule 8 now says in an equilateral triangle. You see, the first rule, which is rule 6, has to do with all the triangles, the sum of all the triangles. The rule 7 deals with only with isosceles triangle. This one is equilateral triangle. In an equilateral triangle, each angle is 60 degrees. When you discover that the triangle you are dealing with is an equilateral, it means that any angle in an equilateral triangle is equal to 60 degrees. So this is an equilateral triangle. We use this to indicate it. It means that an equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the sides are equal. An equivalent of an equilateral triangle with regard to is a regular polygon. It's like a square. You know, a square, all the sides in a square, all the sides are equal. The same thing in a triangle, in an equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal. We have this side is equal to this side is equal to, so all the sides are equal. It means that all the angles also are equal. So all the angles are equal. Z equal to 360, S equal to, so each of the angles, so if all the triangles are equal, and the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. It means that 180 divided by 3 will give you 60, and that's why each angle is 60 degrees. So the rule says that in an equilateral triangle, each angle is 60 degrees. Z equals to 60, S equals to 60, Y equals to 60 degrees. So we look at the following examples. So to buttress the points, the rules, to apply the rules we have made. Now, looking at this, we have you have to find the missing letter, the value of the letters. We have M here and M. We have I. We have J. We have K. This is a triangle with lines extended. So lines extended. Now, how do we find this? What do you observe? There is something you observe first. Looking at this triangle, observe the stroke here, stroke here, stroke here. It tells us of something, and that is that this triangle is an equilateral triangle. So if it's an equilateral triangle, remember the rule that says in an equilateral triangle, each angle in an equilateral triangle is equal to 60 degrees. It means that since this is an equilateral triangle, it means that in the angles inside the equilateral triangle, all the angles there, each of the angles there is equal to 60 degrees. So with this we can say I is part of it, equals to 60 degrees, J equals to 60 degrees, K equals to 60 degrees. So that's the rule. So we have applied the rule to say that this is 60, this is 60, this is 60. Now we are going to find M. M is a line extended. You see, there is a line, the line that connects. This line connects this angle and this angle. And you remember, how do we find M? If this is 60 degrees. Remember the rule 1, that the sum of angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. So we can say that M plus I is equal to 180 degrees. Rule 1. So, and I is 60 degrees. M plus 60 degrees equals to 180. So our M now will be 180 degrees minus 60 degrees, which equals to 120 degrees. So our M is 180 degrees. So the same thing is applicable to this N. To find N, J is already 60 degrees. So and J plus N equals to 180 degree. Reason, sum of angles on a straight in a straight line. So we have now J will be equal to 180 degree. N will be equal to 180 degree. Our J is already 60 degree. Reason, because it is part of the equilateral triangle. So our N now goes to 120 degree. The same thing is applicable to this. K is equal to 60 degree, being that it is part of the equilateral triangle. So our L will be K plus L will give you 180 degree, rule 1, angles on a straight line. So that our L now will be 180 degree minus K. K equals 60 degree. So L equals 180 degree minus 60 degree, 120 degree. So it's clear that we have found all the letters, the value of all the letters, and that's all. So here, coming to this place now, we'll apply it also. Here, we want to find P. We have 45 here, so this is a triangle. Inside the triangle, we have 45. The first angle is 45, the second one is 53, the third one is P. So the rule 6 says that the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So we have that P plus 45 plus 53 degree equals to 180 degrees. That's the rule. That is rule 6. So now P plus 45 plus 53 will give you 98 equals to 180 degree. So P now will be 180 degree minus 98, and that will be 180 degree minus 98 will give you 72. So 82, sorry, will give you 82. So now our P is equal to 82 degrees, and that is P is equal to 82 degrees. Now, if P is equal to 82 degrees, we can easily get R. You remember the rule that we connect R and P, and that is angles on a straight line. The sum of the angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. So that R now will be 180 degree minus 80 P, which is 82, and that is 180 degree minus 82 will of course will give you 98. So our R now is 98. Remaining, this is supposed to be, let's say this is supposed to be let's say Q. This is supposed to be Q. So this P, this is Q. So how do we get Q? Now, looking at this, you see the Z shape, and you remember Z shape are equal. Alternate angles are equal. So Q is alternate to P, and if Q is alternate to P, it means that Q is equal to P. Q is equal to P. And what is our P? Therefore, our P is 82. Q is equal to 82 degrees. So that is for this. Now, this one is very simple. The first thing that comes to your mind that this is an isosceles triangle. And if this is an isosceles triangle, you already know the rule. Rule 6 says that in an isosceles triangle, that the angles opposite the equal sides are equal. What's the angle? This, not this and this, but this and this. This is the equal sides. This line and this line are equal. The angle opposite them is E and E, and that these angles are equal. So it means that E is equal to F. Rule, that is rule 7. This equals to the F. Rule 7, that the angles are opposite in an isosceles triangle. The angles opposite are equal. Now, how do we find this angle? We already know that 40 plus E plus F is equal to 180 degree. Reason, rule 6. Rule 6 says that the sum of the angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degree. How do we find this now? Knowing that E is equal to F. So that means that you can always call F E, or you call E F. So that you can say 40 plus E, because they are equal, also 180 degree. So now we have 40 plus E, 2E, equals to 180 degree. 2E using the collecting the like terms, 2e equals to 180 minus 40 degree. So 2e now will be equal to 180 minus 40 degree. We have 140 degree. Our e now will be equal to 140 degree divided by 2, and that is 70 degrees. So if e is equal to 70 degrees, it means that f will be equal to 70 degrees. So you find, and when you add them up, 70 plus 70 plus 40 to give you 180 degrees.